Hey, church, this is Aaron. I wanted to follow up from Sunday's sermon on our deceptive words and the living word. We saw in James 3 that our tongue is a restless evil and full of deadly poison. Super happy, clappy Sunday. But Jesus said, out of the overflow of the heart, the mouth speaks. And so I wanted to spend our time. I really feel like he was leading us into issues of the heart and to see the fact that he is our cure of our restless tongue. He is our remedy. He is our great physician that is able to restore that which is broken. So we ended on a note of what Jesus says of us, that we are the salt of the earth. And we're also the light of the world. And so in Jesus, no matter what your teenager is saying, being salty is a good thing, because Paul says in Colossians that our speech is to be seasoned with salt. And so I wanted to provide for us some ways to walk in these salty disciplines that lead towards transformation. And so I'll share my screen so we can see these before us. And the first one that we see that we chat a bit about was in Matthew 6, when Jesus confronts the hypocrites or the Pharisees and says, these guys stand in front of others and offer up these lofty prayers in order to be seen by others. And he says and encourages us to find a room, close a door, and to meet with him in secret. And so our first application towards applying this and what this looks like to have a salty life is to grab our Bible, find a room, close the door, and make silence and solitude a regular practice. There are a lot of words that are being exchanged on social media or on our news feeds. But for us, we cannot afford to neglect meeting with our living word and spending time in the written word. And so secondly, is to have a posture of listening and learning before speaking. We saw this in James 1, that we're to be slow to speak, but quick to hear. And so let's be people who pause before posting or using our words quickly without first checking what's going on inside of our heart. Because deep down within us, there may be a desire to be right and to prove ourselves rather than actually inviting people into the righteousness of Jesus. And so our third point is if you have an issue with someone, do not hide behind niceness or even silence, but confront the issue with them. That we ourselves would be real and we would be gracious and we would bring Jesus with us in order for Christ to be formed in us, but also in others, as people may come to us and may want to talk about other people, that we would direct them to talk about the issues that they have with that person, rather than being the all-wise fixer-upper of all relationships, but that we walk in obedience and guard against gossip or whispering about one another. Because if that happens, then the church has been distracted. We've been derailed from the mission of God and bringing the good news to people who need to hear it. And so let's not be inward. Let's think and be and live outward. And lastly, when it comes to deception, we need help. It's called deception or deceit for a reason. It's because we have blind spots. We need people around us that are able to identify things in us that don't belong to Jesus. And so I encourage us to find a spiritual mentor or a close friend and a community where we can be honest and free to lay down masks. These masks that we talked about, the jokester, the whisperer, or even the smooth talker, that we lay down those things to pick up who God has designed us to be. So my prayer as a result of Sunday is that we would lean into who we truly are and who God has designed us to be, rather than projecting an image that isn't true and isn't us in order for us to be conformed or belong. We would rest in the fact that we belong to Jesus And he is our hope. Again, he is our cure, and he is our remedy. And so let us together this week and in the days ahead look to him for healing and for restoration. Love you. Have a good week. Hope to see you soon. If not in person, maybe I'll see you online. Whatever it takes, right? We need community and we need each other to be known by God and to be known by others. I'll see you.